Since things are going well for her and she cheated on Papoose for months with one of his protégés, it appears that Remy is finally beginning to realize how badly she messed up her relationship with him. Now that he's moved on with someone else, it appears that she wants him back and will stop at nothing to get him back. Clarissa Shields, Papoose's new boothbang, isn't going to sit back and let Remy remain her man, though, as she recently came out to expose Remy for filth's attempts to seduce Papoose by moving slyly, sending illicit pictures and other such tactics. What is Remy's ultimate goal here, and is she attempting to split Clarissa and Papo up for the sake of it? Let's find out. So, if you're wondering why Remy seems so impressed with Clarissa and Papoose, it's because Clarissa isn't just your average Instagram guy that rappers pursue once they're single. Remy probably assumed that Papoose would come pleading for her to take him back, so she wasn't really interested in him. She was initially concerned about the divorce, which is understandable given that Papoose had a long-term romantic relationship with me. The man stood 10 toes down behind her when she was sent to prison, got into a lot of trouble by smuggling her skeleton key, and even got married to her while she was still incarcerated. He never cheated on her, and if that's not enough, devotion, I'm not sure what it is, but after Remy overplayed her hand and cheated, she expected Papoose to stay with her because, as I mentioned earlier, he was crazy in love with her, and she believed she could get away with anything. However, that was the last straw for Papoose because he ended their relationship after saying psych and moving on with Clarissa. Papoose had recently ended a long-term relationship with Remy Ma, and given how much he and Remy loved each other and how they were the epitome of black love in Hollywood for a while, he probably didn't want to be in a public relationship this soon. However, Papoose shocked everyone by choosing to start a very public relationship with Clarissa. And as I mentioned before, Clarissa, she is one of the best female boxers and mixed martial artists in the world. She is the only female or male boxer in history to have all 4 major world titles in 3 weight classes. She is also the 3rd female boxer in history to win a title in 5 different divisions. She currently holds the record for becoming a 2, 3, 4, and 5. She isn't an Instagram baddie or a bimbo. In addition to being younger than Remy, she is also extremely accomplished, successful, and wealthy, and sources claim that this irritates Remy. She is the division world champion in the fewest professional fights, and as of October 2022, she is ranked as the world's best active female middleweight and the best active female boxer pound for pound by ESPN and The Ring. Since she isn't a list rapper of any kind, she can now claim that Papa has been degraded. I won't try to claim that Remy isn't a catch herself. Once upon a time, and she's kind of doing well for herself, but as I mentioned, she can't claim that Clarissa is a downgrade since, as you all recall, she and Papo broke up after she cheated on him easily, captain of the block.
This nigga just till you stop screwing the business. I thought you was the help that could really ruin your image. We're talking Moroccan Michelle, Happen Rim. That's us. Y'all the poster child symbol for black love. This our marriage is still had to go through them stages. Every interview, he showed his admiration and tell the world how he think his woman the greatest. Don't you down in prison for 6 years.
Even though Remy didn't realize it at the time, Papoose was so furious that he got into a fight with Easy and knocked him out. She had spent months denying the affair and saying that her marriage to Papoose was good and that people were making it up. But Papoose made it plain that he had moved on from. Soon after, Remy and he went public with Clarissa, but he made an effort to treat Remy with respect and never accused her of cheating or said anything hurtful to make her look bad in public. Remy became enraged over their relationship and chose to make things messy for Clarissa and Papoose by blowing them up on social media, which she timed perfectly to coincide with. When a movie about Clarissa's life was about to be released, with Ryan Destiny and several other artists, it was a huge deal, and Clarissa needed all the good press she could get. Fans were certain that Remy was trying to ruin that for her out of jealousy, so she went after Papoose and Clarissa on Instagram, leaking texts that Clarissa sent him saying, "You take accountability. You are the one who is married. If you can't at least sleep on the phone with me or be with me in person, it shouldn't be a big deal to let me know you made it home safely or to communicate you fell asleep in the Sprinter, yeah." She was asking Papoose to be upfront with her, and Remy clowned her forward. Papoose dumbly fell asleep on the phone with Clarissa lying in my house, and he won't leave. He's supposed to be a world champion boxer, and he got scared and hung up as soon as he heard my voice. Now that I'm telling everything, and you're not the only one. But she didn't stop there because she also wrote this woman, Clarissa Shills, and that publicity team to stop the narrative. I begged Pat to release something to stop the narrative, but he insisted that the best thing to do was to remain silent. Do well, I'm weary. Oh, and he stated he would never be with you because you're unattractive. Don't worry though, I watched everything, and now that you're so tough, the world will see it. After discovering that Barry had exposed her online, Clarissa was furious and blew up Papoose's phone with messages like, "I know you hate the internet games, but you need to do something today about this girl. My PR team is going to freak out when they see this. I can't be up there exposing her before December 25th, the movie coming out. You got your other phone yet?" Don't worry, I'm not worried about anything she says or puts in her story then. But Remy was determined to cause as much trouble as possible. Remy wrote, "You were a dummy, Miss Shells. He followed your advice. But not before I screenshotted all of your messages and pictures while I was away. He was working with one of his side chicks to try to ruin me, the same woman who had never cheated on him in 17 years, and he was using my platform to expose you. I got all of your messages and pictures from the chicks while I was away, and he was holding me down. Sidebar, he was about to say, imagine that, and if anything private leaked about me, it was him." Remy then proceeded to release more texts in which it appeared that Clarissa was pleading with Papoose for the bare minimum, saying, "I'm not happy, but all right, I'm going to stop so I don't want to stress you more than you already are. So even though being honest is always the best course of action, I'm going to stop talking because I'm bored of it, and you're not listening. I won't say anything more. You will do whatever you feel like doing. I'm requesting presents. I'm tripping and I'm expressing that I enjoy flowers and that I want time to myself. I'm tripping and I'm just lying here feeling foolish and I don't know how to feel. For saying, hey, Miss Shelds, Remy Clowna MFS won't just go and never buy you anything because he believes he's the prize and is a taker rather than a giver, and I'm the one with the money. I'm a one-boyfriend woman, just like I was a one-husband guy, and I'm a good woman at it. I'm not the enemy you want, and I'm not even angry. In fact, I'm extremely happy, which is why your boyfriend is Annie D. Oh, and I know you said you felt foolish, but you also look foolish. Please stop playing with me. Now that I've moved on, Remy is playing the victim. I've asked for a divorce multiple times, and she'd rather clout chase on social media than handle this like civilized adults. He finally had to step in and defend himself and his lady, so he called Remy out for being bitter about him abandoning her, despite the fact that she cheated on him more than once with other men than easy. The block captain said, "It's sad to say that as a narcissist, she chose to cheat repeatedly now that I've moved on." She went on, "I will never get anyone arrested again because you are lying, which can be easily verified, and you are the one who plays with the police." I remained silent during it all out of consideration for my 6-year-old baby's sake. He then addressed the rumors that Remy had cheated on him with his friend Easy the block captain, claiming that while I was at home with my daughter last Christmas, this is where Remy was. Now that I've finally moved on, she's angry and making up lies, narcissistic behavior. Lying about history that happened in front of the world is pitiful, as is fabricating text messages that you claim are from 10 years ago in order to create a false narrative. We could get a divorce like grown-ups. She won't do that because I wouldn't lie and say that I didn't knock this chump out. I still receive messages from her pleading with me to lie about the knockout, but it doesn't matter because he didn't throw a single punch back. The last time I saw him, he was in the fetal position, and everyone saw it. I knocked him out, and Remy woke him up, and took him home with him for 4 days. As you can see, she couldn't wait to lie about it again. Narcissist. I didn't knock him out because he slept with my wife. I knocked him out because he shook my hand before sleeping with my wife. Remy denied the accusations of leaving their daughter on Christmas, saying that all you do is lie about how you look. In the background, no matter what I do with my baby on any significant day, you have a gambling problem and try to pressure me for money to have a smooth divorce. She went on to say that I've been pleading with you to leave and get a private divorce for years, but you said that the only way you can do so is by a public outcry. You know I'm not the social media type, and you use my morals from my upbringing and so-called gangster girl image against me, filming me saying things like, "Oh, not remind me going to call the police for help. You a snitch, you a rat. Call your brother. It's called Joe. You tried to isolate me from everything and everyone." You truly go to great lengths to maintain the perception of black love. She also said that he was jealous because I started my rap battle league and that I was helping other rappers over you. You literally said you were going to try to destroy it. I'm so tired of the fake knockout story where everyone knew what they heard happened instead of what they actually saw, and you kept saying, "See, it'll go away," when in reality you snuck in and out like a thief in the night with a mask on. I helped build for you, and you were okay with the lies being told about me. You fed battle rappers and my company stories and paid for information, so you helped the public believe a false narrative. Then you forced me to attend the awards with you and pretend everything was fine because you were jealous of me getting nice treatment. She then made some serious claims that she was a victim of domestic violence because Papo allegedly touched her frequently, and she wrote a play with police. You forget, Pap, that the pool was never built because you were attacking me in the garage, and the workmen called the police to get you to stop. I haven't edited it yet, and the audio and video kept lying, but you guys didn't believe her. Because, according to her, she and Clarissa had a long history together and had been friendly before Clarissa stabbed her in the back and took her husband for nothing less than right under their noses. She shared screenshots of Clarissa in her DMs and wrote, "He is Papo's weirdo girlfriend, wishing me a happy new year." A few days later, this woman was actually asking me for advice on how to flaunt her body. This is crazy. I made this monster by praising you while knowing that something wasn't right and remaining silent despite the truth. You feel comfortable lying to these people because you know what I got, and I assure you that you will regret it. But at this point, Clarissa, she finally responded, "I can't believe a 45-year-old woman is crashing out like this clown." After growing weary of Remy's bullshit behavior, then Remy clapping back with, "I'm not 45 yet, but you're 29, and I'll just say this, you're not aging like one again. I'm not your enemy. Tell your boyfriend to buy you flowers and gifts, and don't answer any of his phone calls because he was with this Cali girl this week." She didn't expose P for cheating on Clarissa or attempting to do so, but Clarissa exposed Jimmy for fabricating the text to start trouble, saying, "You're not a B, you can bully, you're bitter and mad, and you're making yourself stupid. Stupid, just stop it. Come get your behind __ for Shells versus Remy Ma on February 2nd. Crash out. We heard that Remy might have hands, but even she knows that she won't be able to fight Clarissa because she is one of the best in the game. As a result, she didn't respond to the fight challenge, and the drama seemed to end there. At least that's what we thought it would be because Clarissa recently revealed something crazy, that Remy has allegedly been sending provocative pictures to Pap in an attempt to win him back. If you're wondering why, it's probably because Pap and Clarissa were having a great time, and he has been showing her off and going to games.
So sick of the fake knockout story. Everyone knew what they heard happen, not what they actually saw. And you kept saying, "See, it'll go away," when actually you snuck in and out like a thief in the night with a mask on, but my security know you through, cause he know you then ran out. You helped create a false narrative to the public by feeding back.
Clarissa even came clean and acknowledged how much she loved him. Yes, that is why I declared my love for him.
Yeah, that's why I said I love him. I love having his support, you know what I'm saying? His support is like very, very different from what I've had in the past, and how he speaks to me and stuff is very different. There we go. We deserve each other. But I don't know, it's kind of one of those things I was like, I want to keep him all to myself. I didn't really.
Papoose is reportedly planning to pop the question and propose to Clarissa. It appears that his unpleasant experience with Remy hasn't damaged his view of love, and he is prepared to move forward with Clarissa. However, it doesn't appear that Remy is going to give up so easily, as she is allegedly attempting to woo him and keep him away from him. This is a mess, but I want to know what you guys think about Remy being so shady by sending them pictures. Please leave your thoughts in the comments section below, and then watch this next video. Clarissa, however, is not the person to play with because, according to insiders, she is prepared for things to get ugly and fight for her man.